Most women are not undercharging because they don't know their worth. They're undercharging because they're not paying attention to their capacity. Tonight, I went to a women's networking event in Boca to meet a friend, grab something from her, and leave. I stayed instead. And somewhere in that room, I realized that the stink that has been on me for the past 9 months is really starting to come off. I'm Quadira Tiart, founder of FeelWell and editor-in-chief of FeelWell magazine. And one of the questions I keep asking is, are the women really well? I beg to differ. I build brands and curate environments for highly ambitious women who want to build great big empires without drowning underneath the weight of them. I have a different lens through which I get to see women in business. And tonight reminded me exactly why I need to be back in the rooms with women. At one point, the conversation turned to pricing. One woman hadn't raised her prices in 4 years. Another raises hers every year. These are all successful women in successful industries. Yet they looked at me and asked what I thought. I said, yes, I would intentionally look at your pricing every 6 to 12 months. But more importantly, let the numbers speak to you. And I don't just mean the numbers on the paper. Your time is data. Your energy is data. Your capacity is data. Your body is giving you data about your business all day long. So if your business keeps demanding more of you, the answer is not automatically to do more. Sometimes what you need to do is create space for more. And most times that means raise your prices. Then somehow we got into storytelling. One woman was dreading the 15 minutes she would eventually have to speak as a member in front of the room because she felt like she didn't have some big tragic story. And you know, I've heard this from so many women throughout my 15 years as a marketing coach and as a woman entrepreneur. We've heard so many tragedy stories that people have started believing a powerful story needs tragedy attached to it. And it doesn't. What it needs is the truth. I'm changing some details because I really do value people's privacy. But I started asking her questions. Why did you get into this work? What happened to you? What was the motivation, the inspiration? Why did it matter? And sure enough, y'all, there was indeed a story. She had experienced something for years that had become so normal to her that she stopped seeing it as something that could actually change until someone showed her another possibility and introduced her to the practitioner that would change her life and impact the career of her choice. And that became part of why she does what she does today. I told her, girl, that is your story. And what I didn't get to tell her tonight, though, as I drove home and thought about it deeply, is that her story is actually a story of hope. Because marketer here, before people can buy transformation, most times they need enough hope to believe transformation is even possible. They need to hear, hey, I was there, something changed, and this is why and how, and maybe there's a small potential of hope or a great big giant one that something can change for you too. That conversation reminded me of why I love this work. I love looking women in the eye and asking, what are you building? Why are you building it? And seeing that passion and that purpose that fills them up when they speak. What are you tolerating that you've made normal? What are your numbers trying to tell you right now? What is your story trying to tell you right now? And where are you growing next? Because for the last 9 months, I have been in a rebuilding stage. I've been rebuilding privately, healing, listening, observing, getting clearer, getting stronger, getting more discerning, getting more whole, And tonight really confirmed what I've been feeling all along. My full self, who I really am, is the miracle. Just like you are your miracle. But the miracles I carry cannot stay inside of my 4 house walls forever. They have to get in the room. And so do I. I'm ready to gather women again. Women building great big empires without drowning underneath the weight of them. Women increasing their wealth, their energy, their longevity, their legacy, and their capacity for leadership. Because doing big business means very little to me if the woman carrying it all doesn't feel well. So I'm grateful divine intervention got me out of my house tonight and back into the world with women it was an honor to meet. And it reminded me of something. Sometimes the signal that you're ready for your next level is that you finally feel like yourself again. I do. So stay close because the rooms are opening. See you soon.